So I am on way to my NUCCA appointment. Yes, this is like my favorite shirt. Christopher Titus, just a bitch on a donut run is what it says on the back. Sorry, trying to gain my throat, and this is why I don't do audio. I say a lot of things and then I do a lot of things. I was telling my husband, the backyard neighbor, I feel so badly because he had renters in his house and he didn't take care of his yard before he had renters. A tree fell into our house in 2011 and we cut it off at the fence line. He came over, saw the damage that his tree did, never offered to help us clean it up. We had to pay for it. I know I would have offered to pay the deductible or something because I would have felt bad and I would have gone over there and helped him if our tree fell into his yard, just like our big oak tree in the front. I'm afraid that it's going to fall, and we live on a big hill. It's not going to fall towards us. Every tree that's left, I don't think is close enough to fall to our house. They're going to all fall away if they do. And right now, I'm having a lot of drainage because I have problems with my voice talking. And when my husband pulls my leg out, my hip out, because it's tight, and this starts a thing with my mouth, and my lip goes numb as I push up into my sinuses. And right here, when I work on my fascia in the shower, right here on my nose, it's painful. It wasn't painful before. It was painful, and I had the fascial adhesions released. I had fascial remodeling, and I do it myself every day in the shower. I work with the bunny ear tool. I come down with the face buster tool and the bunny tool, and I come down on my nose. This little indentation wasn't there when I started. This right here, I believe, is a fascial adhesion. I have not been able, I've gotten it out, but the muscle and all is tight because the muscle isn't used to working. So my muscles are getting tight. My SI joint hurts so much. My husband has now called it the Mexican joint because it's the C joint. So C, it hurts. It works in so many ways. So it's not working in so many ways for me. See, I have to come down on the podcast. That's what she said. Here we go. So there we go. So back to everything. My upper lip is starting to get numb as I push up on my sinuses. I do the muscles. Ow! I hit my head. And I said, huh. My husband says he can't believe I do the podcast and I say these things. I'm getting ready to tell you something that see, I can't talk. That my son, after I said it, said, "Did you really mean that?" And then when I responded, he said, "I feel embarrassed for you." And then he had to get away from me. My husband said, "Please leave the bathroom," because I popped in on his shower. It was to let the fog out. It was a hot, steamy shower. And how he does it with pots, I do not know. Man, this really hurts to push it in my neck like this. But I do think my voice sounds a little bit better. It sounds like it's auto-tuned to me in my ears. And that's because now mucus is draining. My sinus is hurt. My face is a little swollen if you look at it right in here, because when I did my fascia picture, my before and after, people commented on my cheekbones that are kind of, they're non-existent here, kind of. I mean, they're right there, but normally it indents right here. It has gone. So that was pointed out to me by the fascia black, uh, Ashley Black Fascia Blasters for Women group. But when, so I'm just saying, it's people that understand fascia, and I'm sure you do as well. Now that you've been listening to 200 and some season 2, not mentioning the 400 or so from 2001 to 3, which was season 1. So there you go. And then I do boom, 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 boom a lot when I can't speak. So my husband goes, I don't know what you mean. I said, I know. So he's like, you don't belong on social media. I said, I don't belong on social media. He goes, much less in public. And I said, I opened up a box of 5-hour energy drinks and I saw lights on the dryer where there should be no lights. This is not a mental defect. Like the ER says, I was downstairs and I was putting the clothes in the dryer. I was actually cleaning the lint from the dryer, and the lint was put on the top of the dryer. So okay, if I whisper, I can sound a little bit. And then I go hoarse because that's the mucus. Okay. And then my neck goes to the left and it pops right here on the right because I know that it's tight on the right. It needs to go to the left. I've seen the x-rays. I'm crooked, crooked, crooked. So anyway, according to David Lee Roth, this way, and that way. That's what he said. So I take that because I feel badly because the man behind us got rid of the chickens and the renters. I can tell because the light that he always keeps on at night is back on. It wasn't on before. And I haven't heard a rooster cluck since the 10th. That was their due date. And since that date, I have seen the man that owns the house working on the yard. He had a ladder up against our fence. I never saw him doing anything. And then I saw him hang a t-shirt. My husband thought it was the metal shed because it was at night. A dusk light was beaming over the t-shirt. And he said, that's a metal shed. And I was like, I don't think so. And today I took a picture and that's annoying. And the picture showed that it was a t-shirt because it was in the light of day. And I said, oh my gosh, that's a t-shirt. He's hanging his laundry now. He's just trying to spite me. And that's okay because the renter is the one who told me I couldn't come back on the property, not the owner. So I'm not too worried about it. But I think my full bitchdom is out in full mode. And I truly believe it's because I have an aversion to people telling me no. The woman that was renting shut the door in my face, just like the gentleman at Harris Teeter said, F you. I decided I would hunt him down. Did not find him, but I tried like heck to do it. Really, really did. So right now, I'm in my boudoir. Here's my exercises and emails that I have to respond to. I need to get 5-hour energy drinks from my husband. I've got to call the bank, exercises. This is my dryer because I've got to call Lowe's. Oh, I've got to call Lowe's because our dryer needs service because when I was downstairs, I feel bad because the owner is now back at the house and had to get rid of his renters because of me. He doesn't know it's because of me. It was an anonymous tip, but he'll figure it out, I'm sure. They, like I said, think it's my neighbor, not me, but I did try to correct it. They still don't know that it was me, but I feel badly about it. And my friend said, you shouldn't feel badly about it. He cost you money because we paid a tree person to have to cut down everything. My husband couldn't get to stuff that was higher. And then the tree person worked on our oak tree in the front, and the biggest limb just fell out of our tree. It caused the power to go down in the neighborhood. I felt so badly because our street was blocked. So that was a bummer. But the limb my husband has got to cut up and we've got to take to the dump. It's our responsibility. It fell in the street, but we're taking responsibility for it. That's why I know I take responsibility for the guy that had his tree fall into our house. And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, because it's not my problem, he still has the trunk of the tree in his yard. Where we cut it off at the fence is where his tree stops. He never cut it. And now that I'm smiling, it's making my cheeks hurt and go numb. So this is real pretty. And then my ears start itching. And what I'm finding out is I have severe wax buildup in my, I have severe muscle spasms and severe wax buildup to, I went every 6 months and it's changed now to every 4 months. And we'll find out in August this month what will happen if I can keep going 4 months, go back to 6, or I'm going to go to 3. But I have a lot of wax buildup in my ear. My ears itch a lot, and I'm finding out that it's from my sinuses and my neck being done, because when I push, I feel like, I want to say it's like poison going through my veins, but it's not poison. I could feel things. When they worked on my stomach for IMT, I could actually feel bubbles in my abdomen. I could feel things when he said I had a gluten intolerance. I actually felt things where he didn't know I had prior surgeries, prior injuries. So I was sold. And the neck I've had success with. This right here seems to have happened because I had my tailbone realigned. And now that it's in proper position, my legs took 3 weeks after I had the adhesions released. And it took care of the small fiber neuropathy that I have suffered with since 2011. I'm sorry, I need to go. I'm starting to have a difficult time swallowing, and I need to be with my family for the rest of the night. I thank you for being here. I've got my little girl. She's right here with me. She wants to get in my lap. Got Emma. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate your support. If you can follow us on Spotify, Threads, Instagram, Facebook. Oh Lord, fascia's in my brain. I love you, son. Huh? I'm gonna be done right now. All right. Thank you for being here. Have a lovely day. Christy Lynn Hanchy, I've got to say goodnight to my son. Have a wonderful day. Have a lovely day.